What is the difference between traffic lights with red arrows and those with solid red lights? A, red arrows are only used to stop traffic which is turning left. B, you cannot turn on a red arrow even if you stop first. Or C, red arrows are only used for protected turn lanes. Correct answer is B, you cannot turn on a red arrow even if you stop first. You can make a right turn against a solid red light after you stop and yield to pedestrians, bicyclists, and vehicles that are close enough to be a hazard, unless there's a no turn on red sign that is posted. A red arrow light also means stop, but you can never turn against a red arrow. Instead, remain stopped until the green signal or green arrow appears. Parking is never permitted, A, 20 feet from a railroad track, B, in a crosshatch diagonal pattern space, or C, on or in a bicycle lane unless otherwise posted. The correct answer is B, in a crosshatch diagonal pattern space. It is unlawful for any person to park next to a parking space designated for disabled people that is marked by crosshatch lines and is thereby designated for the loading and unloading of vehicles parked in the staller space, i.e. the crosshatched area is reserved for use by disabled persons getting in and out of their vehicle. If there are two solid lines in the center of the roadway, you A, may cross the lines to turn left into a private driveway, B, on a two-lane one-way street, or C, should treat the lines as a solid wall and not cross for any reason. The correct answer is A, may cross the lines to turn left into a private driveway. Two solid yellow lines means no passing. Never drive to the left of these lines unless you are turning left at an intersection, turning into or out of a private road or driveway, in a carpool lane that has a designated entrance on the left, or instructed to drive on the other side of the road because your side is closed or blocked. Why do so many students get this question wrong? Because they confuse two solid lines with two sets of solid double yellow lines, which would actually be four solid lines or a double-double. While you can't ever cross over a set of double-double solid lines, you can cross over two single solid lines to turn left into a private driveway. Which of these is a legal U-turn? A, 150 feet away from a hill or curve. B, on a highway where there is an opening for a turn. Or C, over two sets of double yellow lines in the roadway. The correct answer is B, on a highway where there is an opening for a turn. You can make a legal U-turn, 1, across a double yellow line when it is safe and legal. 2, in residential district, if there are no vehicles approaching you within 200 feet, and whenever a traffic sign protects you from approaching vehicles. 3, at an intersection on a green light or a green arrow, unless a no U-turn sign is posted. And 4, on a divided highway only if an opening is provided in the center divider. On freezing, wet days, which of the following roadways is most likely to hide spots of ice? A, roadways near the tops of hills. B, roadways on bridges and overpasses. Or C, roadways paved with asphalt. The correct answer is B, roadways on bridges and overpasses. Some road surfaces are more slippery than others when wet and freezing, and bridges and overpasses tend to be the ones that freeze before the rest of the road does because they have cold air chilling the road surface from both above and below, whereas other road surfaces are only cooled from above. In other words, just think of a bridge as a cold air road sandwich, and hopefully that'll remind you to slow down on very cold days whenever you approach a bridge or overpass. If the roadway is wet and your vehicle starts to skid, you should A, slow down by shifting to a lower gear, B, slow down by pumping the brakes quickly and firmly, or C, slowly ease your foot off of the gas pedal. Correct answer is C, slowly ease your foot off the gas pedal. If you start to skid, ease off the gas pedal, stop braking, and turn the steering wheel in the direction of the skid. For example, if the back of your car skids to the left, take your foot off of the accelerator and steer to the left until you regain control. You never want to slam on the brakes or start turning the steering wheel wildly while you're skidding. Smoking inside a vehicle when a person younger than 18 years of age is present is A, legal if it is your child, B, illegal at all times, or C, not restricted by law. Correct answer is B, illegal at all times. To be honest, I'm very surprised that this question even made it to the list. why would anybody smoke inside of a car when there are children in there too? Obviously, it's a health issue, but also very illegal. It doesn't matter if it's your own kid or somebody else's. Bottom line, never smoke in a vehicle when there's a child in there. If your driving record shows that you failed to appear in court after receiving a traffic ticket, the DMV may A, suspend the registration of the vehicle you are driving, B, suspend your driving privilege until you appear in court, or C, restrict your driving privilege. Correct answer is B, suspend your driving privilege until you appear in court. If you get a traffic ticket and do not appear in court, the DMV will suspend your driving privilege until you appear in court. This is a tough one because a lot of people choose the answer C, restrict your driving privilege, which sounds pretty good, not gonna lie, but the key is to focus on the symmetry between the question and the correct answer. Fail to appear in court is in the question, and likewise, until you appear in court exists in the correct answer. Easy peasy. You are approaching an uncontrolled intersection. You, A, must always stop before driving through the intersection, B, should slow down and be ready to stop, or C, must yield the right-of-way to all other vehicles. Correct answer is B, should slow down and be ready to stop. At intersections without stop or yield signs, slow down and be ready to stop. Yield to traffic and pedestrians already in the intersection or just entering the intersection. Also, yield to the vehicle or bicycle that arrives first or to the vehicle or bicycle on your right if it reaches the intersection at the same time that you do. An orange and red sign of this shape on a vehicle always means A, slow-moving vehicle, B, the vehicle has a right-of-way, or C, shoulder work ahead. Correct answer is A, slow-moving vehicle. Many people are confused by this sign. They think it has something to do with construction or emergencies. Well, no. It actually is a sign that is usually found on the back of slow-moving vehicles such as farm equipment, animal-drawn carts, and road maintenance vehicles like street sweepers. So when you see this sign, it means, hey, heads up, fellow driver, I'm a slow-moving vehicle, please don't ram into me, or something like that. I don't know.